Hi, my name is Caden Lamahan, and this is my research proposal presentation for ITI 664 English Learners Achievement in Content Area for National University. Chapter 1 Introduction. English language learners, or ELLs, in U.S. public schools face many challenges when they are introduced to a new setting. There are numerous factors that can affect ELL's ability to academically perform in schools compared to their English-speaking peers. However, social and emotional issues may affect ELLs greater. Thus, how do teachers address the social and emotional issues that ELLs experience? So the primary focus for this paper is address social and emotional learning in K through 12 classrooms and how teachers can implement SEL strategies to provide support for ELL students who are struggling in school academically. Chapter 1 continued. So, the purpose of the study is to determine, describe, and examine strategies that would support ELL socially and emotionally in the classroom and how it will affect their performance academically. ELL students may be unaware of social and emotional distress they experience and how it directly affects their performance in the students. Thus, it is helpful for teachers to recognize these issues in their ELL students and provide support where it is needed. The significance of the paper is to examine social and emotional support strategies that can be used by teachers in the classroom and schools to support their ELL students. This may help educators recognize the challenges that ELLs face in the classroom as well as develop their own strategies that could support ELL students socially and emotionally. Research questions that we'll be going over within the research proposal is the primary question is how can educators provide social and emotional support for ELLs in schools? And secondary questions to investigate and examine are how do educators teach social and emotional skills in an ELL classroom, and how does SEL teaching impact ELL's academic performance in the classroom? Chapter 2 The Literature Review. Social and emotional learning, or SEL, has become a popular approach and has been gaining more attention in the current curricula, and implementing them in the classroom shows positive, beneficial outcomes for students according to research studies. So, important aspects to consider relating to social and emotional support is 1. Social and emotional challenges ELs face, 2. Why social and emotional support for ELs, and 3. How does it impact EL students in school? Who are ELLs? ELLs refer to English language learners, and according to the California Department of Education, these are students who do not speak, read, write, or understand English well as a result of English not being their home language. They are also an increasing population in U.S. schools who experience stressful environmental conditions which can lead to social and emotional problems. English learners are a diverse group that represents many different languages, cultures, ethnicities, and nationalities who come from various backgrounds. Socio-emotional challenges ELLs face. According to Niehaus, she found that ELL students experience more difficulties staying on task, maintaining attention, experience high level of anxiety, sadness, and loneliness when they have social and emotional issues compared to non-ELL students. Examples of social and emotional factors that may impact their well-being include students with heavier accents being discriminated, ridiculed, or harassed by their peers and even teachers and school administrators, losing their familiar environments, family socioeconomic status, family responsibilities, and traumatic experiences. Research shows that as ELL students' social and emotional concerns increased in the classroom, their level of academic achievement decreased, which suggests that when ELLs externalize problems such as off-task behaviors or difficulties with classmates and internalize problems such as anxiety, loneliness, and sadness, learning in the classroom decreases. Approaches for supporting ELLs socially and emotionally. Students who have more positive relationship with peers, fewer fewer behavioral problems, and more advanced social skills are more likely to have a higher level of academic school performance. Thus, teachers should create a classroom culture where every student feels respected and treats others with respect, accelerates language acquisition, and builds confidence in the student's own proficiency. Social and emotional learning for ELLs. Castle defines SEL as an integral part of education and human development. It is a process where all young people and adults can acquire and apply the knowledge, skills, and attitudes to develop healthy identities, manage emotions, achieve personal and collective goals, feel and show empathy for others, establish and maintain supportive relationships, and make responsible, caring decisions. Classroom culture. Creating a classroom environment so that ELs feel safe, respected, and comfortable learn to learn is essential for their well-being. This can be done by getting to know ELL students and their needs, including learning about their social and economic background as well as their cultural background. And lastly, responsive teaching. ELLs come from diverse cultural backgrounds, and it is important for teachers to identify, recognize their ELL students' culture. In culturally responsive teaching, teachers must first be aware of their own culture and learn how they may fit or not fit in with their students' cultural beliefs and values. Teachers' perspectives on ELLs play a significant role on how they will provide culturally responsive teaching. In Chapter 3, Methodology, uh, my research design will be based on both qualitative and quantitative data. The intended goal for this research proposal is to analyze the effectiveness of SEL strategies implemented in mainstream K through 12 classrooms for EL students and show if they benefit from social and emotional support and how the outcomes of the effects based on how they will do academically. The primary goal will be on how teachers implement SEL strategies in their classrooms that will be designed in their instruction to aid ELL students in their academic performance. So, within the methodology or the framework, I first want to gather 6 teacher participants from elementary, middle, and high school from local districts, and I want 2 from each school level and ELA contact area so that they are consistent. Next, I would do an initial interview on basic background information and amount of ELs enrolled in the class for teachers through either phone, email, or video chat. Then I'll brief teachers on the action plan and their tasks for the study. Each teacher will be given a chart of SEL strategies they choose to implement in their instruction and implement at least one strategy in their instruction. I will also be observing their classrooms to make sure that they are implementing these strategies. Teachers will report the strategy they will use and then give the feedback on how they felt about each strategy's effectiveness. Then questionnaires or surveys will be given at the beginning, midpoint, and end of the study to gather specific quantitative data. Then I'll have the EL students complete a survey weekly or bi-weekly for SEL check-ins through Google Form to provide feedback. Then the teachers report their EL students' progress after implementing SEL strategies through the first half of the semester at quarterly progress reports. Once that is all done, I will collect all the data and questionnaire survey reports from teachers and student participants at the end of the semester. The analysis will then proceed and answer the research questions once all data and surveys are received. Lastly, I'll compare results with a similar case study. Chapter 4, Personal Reflection. A mixed research approach will be proposed for the study, which includes both qualitative data and quantitative research data. Interviews will be conducted with teachers to gather qualitative data, and surveys completed by students will be used to measure quantitative data. So, what is the process of negotiating permission to conduct the research study? In order to conduct this study, I would contact the local school and appropriate administrative personnel to get the permission approval over phone or email. Then a professional letter will be written that will outline the research proposal and how the study will be conducted and ensuring data collected will not violate any personal information of students. Once permission is granted to conduct the study, I will draft letters to be written for the principals to send out to eligible teachers to take part in the study. Then each teacher that volunteers to participate in the study will be screened and selected upon eligibility. Chapter 4 continued. Implications for practice and teaching. The findings of this research could be beneficial for teachers who struggle with finding ways to engage their ELL students or improve their academic performance in the classroom. Schools and teachers can apply the findings towards their curriculum or instruction to help support their ELL students and can potentially serve as a reference to what types of strategies may be effective in supporting ELLs socially and emotionally. Implications for further research and inquiry. Since there has been a lack of research in the area of SEL implementation and social emotional support in ELs, this could help add to potential and future research on the topic. Additionally, it could be applied in multiple case studies, or inspire more research on the area of social and emotional learning for ELLs. There are plenty of room to further research how SEL and social and emotional support impacts ELLs and their academic performance. Overall, after research, data collection, and analysis, my expectation for the mixed research data analysis is evidence of improvement in academic performance of ELLs due to social and emotional support strategies implemented by their teachers. I hope to learn the different ways teachers were able to support their ELL students and how students respond to SEL. I hope to understand the role teachers and their teaching strategies will affect the way students respond socially, emotionally, and academically.